let me just take you through the certification document, which is related to procurement. Most of the things we already talked. Okay, so let's cross verify whether we missed anything from the certification document point of view. Okay, so this is a document which is S4PR1. Okay, which means the innovations, you can see it is related to sourcing procurement simplification in detail, which means what has been changed in SAP S/4HANA related to procurement processes. This is the training which is normally part of the certification. Whenever the logistics certification is going to come, this is from procurement point of view, this is the course, and from sales and distribution point of view, there is another such training which is provided by SAP, and then from manufacturing point of view, again there is a third document. Okay, the basics, like what exactly we discussed about SAP Activate, SAP HANA, SAP S/4HANA, the basics of that are normally covered in S4H01. Okay, so I think all of this access is already available with you through the share drive. Just go through these documents, the S4H1 and now even this S4PR1. Apart from this, I already shared the simplification list with you. I told you how to download that document. So anyone, simplification list will give you just the brief about a particular point. This will give you little bit more detail, and whatever we covered, okay, that you will find that is even more than the theoretical, the practical part we covered in detail. So this will only give you the theoretical information like what exactly is available and all, but we already covered that in the practical also. Some of the things which are possible in the system, we already covered that. Apart from this, we may find in this document there are some things which are related to conversion. In case of system conversion, what will be done? So that is something which we are anyways going to see during the conversion process, which is towards the end of this course. Okay. So now let's go through this document and try to find it out if there are any topics which we missed out or we need some more explanation on that. Okay, so first introduction is just for the enterprise management. This you will find common in all the documents, all the trainings, which will give you the introduction of what exactly SAP S/4HANA Enterprise Management is all about. We discussed that this is my core product, this is our core product, which is called as SAP S/4 Core. And on top of that, you have the options of integrating it with the cloud offerings like SuccessFactors, Ariba, which provides you more flexibility. Okay, but again, as I told you, this doesn't mean that this comes with the box. Only the interfacing is inbuilt. The licensing part, the functionality part is still optional. It is not necessary to go for all these things altogether. What SAP is recommending is go with the best business practices for SAP S/4 Core first, and then slowly, if you feel a requirement of going with SuccessFactors, Ariba, or maybe some third-party tools, go for that in the subsequent innovations. Okay, so the starting point is this. You'll find this written in the document itself, the line which I said you. I'm just trying to find that where exactly that point is written. That start off with, yeah, customers can start with the basic component, add them later. Okay, so SAP S/4HANA Enterprise Management is a great place to start. So start with the best business practices first of all, this core process, and later on, whenever you feel a need of going for the cloud offerings, you can activate it easily because now that is available, it is natively integrated. Okay, so this we already discussed. These are the introduction to some of, yes?
Yeah, if you go to the previous slide where you showed showing the core system.
This one?
Yes. So if I talk about Ariba, so I see that it's supplier collaboration and business network is there. So is it only two functions which Ariba will support, or it could be a whole component? I mean, how it is different from the enterprise management?
Yes, this supplier collaboration and business network, these are the functions or the facilities features which are available in Ariba. Okay, but these are just the highlighters. Supplier collaboration is a big term. Like there are a lot of functionalities which comes under the supplier collaboration and the business network. But definitely, yes, if you want to go for this, then you need to go for Ariba. They are not available directly in the core system.
Okay,
Right, Arijit?
so if I take Ariba, then I will get all the options that I'm getting in the core system, on-premise system, or I will have limitations when I take Ariba.
Sorry, can you just repeat?
Are there any limitations if I take Ariba? So, for example, S4 HANA sourcing and procurement that is in Ariba. So will I have the whole P2P cycle in Ariba, or I would have access to limited things in Ariba if I want to take.
I'm not able to understand your question completely.
No, actually,
Can you just
is
repeat
there
once again?
Yeah. Is there any limitations in Ariba? I mean, for example, if I talk about the P2P cycle, so is the P2P cycle available as a whole in Ariba, or I mean, have limitations if I use Ariba?
No. See, the core business processes that you were able to run in the core functionality as of now, they are still available within the S4HANA component. For that, you don't need Ariba. Ariba is over and above if you want to go with this additional features like supplier collaboration and business network, which is available as of today also. In ECC also, if you want to go for these functionalities, you need to create an interface which is like a third-party interface. But now this interface is available, which is natively integrated, which means it is plug and play. Apart from that, there are no further limitations. Whatever functionalities you are getting here, you are getting here, and whatever functionalities you are getting here, they are also available. So it is your choice whether you want to go for this or not.
Okay. So if I take Ariba, I will have the core, whatever is available in core, as well as I will get supplier and I'll get business network. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, if you are connecting the interface with SAP S/4HANA system, you will be getting both definitely. So you'll be getting the features of Ariba plus the core functionalities.
Okay. If I take the cloud version, I'll get the core as well as the cloud. That's what you saying?
No, even if you go for cloud, even if you go for cloud in SAP S/4HANA, this thing will be same. Irrespective of whether you are going for on-premise or you are going on cloud, this will be available as a native integration. Only difference will be if you are going with on-premise on SAP S4 and cloud, Ariba is only offered in cloud. So that will be kind of hybrid solution. On the other hand, if you are already on cloud in SAP S4 and you are still going on this cloud, so this will be complete cloud solution. That is the only difference.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so this is just again giving the same picture, like you can use the other third-party interfaces like Ariba, Concur, Fieldglass. So Ariba is used for the supplier collaboration, Fieldglass is used for vendor information system, and Concur is used for basically the travel and expenses part, which can be connected through the SAP interface. So these are the different kind of tools which are totally based on cloud. So that is the reason if you are using SAP S/4HANA on-premise, you have to connect this via cloud, which means it will be the hybrid kind of solution. And if you're already on cloud, these are already the things available. You just need to pay the subscription fees on top of the enterprise management, and you can start using the systems which are already active. In case of cloud, these all things are already active. You just need to pay the subscription fees and start using these tools. Okay, this is again the same thing, what is available. So normal processes, the core business processes that we were getting till now, they are still available in the core enterprise management procurement. Over and above, if you want to go for the collaboration, self-service procurement, service management, travel and expense, and invoice workflow, then you can use these cloud-based offerings. So this is again and again just the different figures, but it is telling you the same thing, that if you want to go for the core functionalities, SAP S4 core is sufficient. If you want to use the functionalities which are not directly available in SAP S4, then you can go for this additional cloud-based offerings. Okay, so this is just giving you the benefits, like how the old screen was, how we were able to see the old screens and how this new screens will be available. So as I told you, new screens can be accessed from your computer, it can be accessed from your tabs, or it can be accessed from your mobile. So this is basically giving you the simplification which is offered by SAP Fiori. Okay, now let me take you to solution capabilities, streamline procure to pay. Okay, so these are the different groups under which SAP has divided the procure to pay cycle. So within the procure to pay, you have operational procurement where you go for requirement processing, purchase order, service purchasing, analytics. Okay, then you have inventory and warehouse management where you receive the goods, you issue the goods, pick and all the inventory related transactions. Then you have invoice and payables, how you process the invoice, accounts payables and all. Sourcing and contract management where you have scheduling agreements and the contracts. And finally, you have the reporting capabilities in the form of supplier information. So these are the different areas which are available as of today also in SAP ECC system. Now, how all these things are improved? Okay, that is exactly what SAP is going to show you in the next screen. So let me just take you here. This is all the same thing. See, same thing. Now here you are getting what is new in SAP S/4HANA. So operational procurement was already available. Within that, self-service requisition was already available. What is new? So wherever you can see this green box, this means enhanced plus Fiori. So the way in which the requisitions were created, not only Fiori user interface is provided, but it has the enhanced functionality like simplified sourcing, right? We've seen the purchase requisition can be converted to purchase order via this source, simplified source. So the enhanced means there is some new functionality, enhanced functionality, plus there are new Fiori apps available. Requirement processing, nothing has been enhanced, but yes, Fiori apps are available. So that is blue, where there is no change, only new screens are available. Purchase order processing, again, you have new Fiori apps, but the process will remain same. Service purchasing, even as of now, there are no Fiori apps, so there is no change. So whatever service purchasing you will be doing, it will be done in the same way as you were doing till now. Purchase order collaboration, as we discussed, if you want to use the SAP Ariba network, that is the reason it is written as enhanced, which means the functionality will be enhanced if you are using the collaboration services which are provided by Ariba and the other interfaces that you have cloud offerings. Procurement analytics. So we've seen some of the Fiori apps which are related to procurement, like how many orders are created or maybe how many orders are in approval stage. So these are more in analytics which is provided by SAP. Okay, so enhanced means there are some new reports in the form of, as you have seen, like outside itself it is showing you how many purchase orders are in the approval stage, plus Fiori apps. So rather than going on to the traditional screen and generating the reports, you can perform some of the reportings in the Fiori itself. So all these things are like in this document, you will find some one or two info or examples provided for each and every scenario. From invoice and payables management point of view, there are few Fiori apps available for invoice processing. No changes in accounts payables. From finance point of view, AP, there is no change. Even in simple finance, from AP point of view, there was no change. From invoice collaboration, this is again related to Ariba and the cloud-based offerings. So what is invoice collaboration and purchase order collaboration? So in Ariba, normally there is a flexibility that whenever a supplier or you are creating a purchase order, so automatically that should go via this internal network to the supplier. As soon as you create a purchase order in your own SAP system, that should be available to purchase as a customer order into the into the vendor screen, into the vendor SAP system. And as soon as the invoice is created in the vendor system, that should be also available to you for looking into the your current system. So that is kind of invoice collaboration and purchase order collaboration, which is created via the interface with Ariba. That is the reason that is written that it is enhanced. Sourcing and procurement, source assignment, although it is saying no change, but there is simplified sourcing. We'll talk about that. Operational contract management, there are some screens which are available from the contract point of view. Supplier information and master data, we'll talk about this. What is classification and segmentation? And supplier evaluation also, there are some improvements. We'll talk about that. Okay, so starting with operational procurement. Manage purchase or purchase requisition screen we have seen. Okay, so I'll just explain you one scenario, then you will understand what exactly this is provided. So requirements processing. Purchase requisitions where no source of supply has been assigned automatically by the system. The purchaser needs to do this manually. This is something which is true in ECC. So if I create a purchase requisition and if I don't provide the vendor, in that case, user need to check different screens to find out which is the supplier. Okay, so by displaying automatically all available sources of supply, now as you see, when you go for manage purchase requisition, you can see for a particular purchase requisitions, system proposes the different sources and you can select the sources which you want. You can select a supplier from the list of available sources. So SAP S/4HANA increases significantly the efficiency and speed of source of supply assignment process. So user is definitely going to save the time, okay, because earlier he needs to go to different screens to find the supplier. Now it is available on the same screen. So this is one of the improvised SAP Fiori apps which will reduce the transaction type to convert the purchase requisition into purchase order. Okay, so what are the unique values you are getting? System proposes automatically set of available sources of supply to facilitate and accelerate assignment of source of supply. No time consuming back and forth searching by providing dynamic and flexible search and filtering across entire list of open purchase requisition. You don't need to go backward and forward to find the supplier. And you can group, filter and download capabilities of open purchase requisitions. Not only that, As I told you, if you click on the available sources, even if there are multiple sources, you can, let's say for example, as I told you, the info records, the old purchase orders, and the contracts. It gives you the complete information, like out of that three, which one you want to use. So that is kind of flexibility which is provided in this new app. Okay, similarly, you will find there are different scenarios explained. Let's say for example, again within the requirement processing, this is a second scenario where there is no change in the data model, there is no change in the simplification item, but SAP has provided a new Fiori role for manage purchase requisition. We've seen this manage purchase requisition, right? And my purchasing documents item, this is second app which is available for the user. Like for example, if someone has created a purchase requisition and he wants to see whether what is the status of my requisition, what I created, what is the status. So you can see this particular app. Okay, Fiori manager role, you can approve the purchase requisitions. Okay, so that needs to be assigned to that particular role. So there are roles. There are two roles. One is Fiori purchaser. This is the purchaser who is going to raise a request, and this is a manager who is going to approve the purchase requisition. I think in our case, I have not assigned this particular role. I don't think I was able to see the approve purchase order because I may not have assigned this role. That is the reason it was not available to me. But if I assign this particular role, I can go and use this app to approve the purchase requisitions. So these are the new screens or Fiori apps which are available from the requirement processing, which is purchase requisition point of view. Again, it is showing the same thing, the same scenario it is trying to explain from various angles. So earlier you were using this report to find the relevant vendor. Now you can just click on sources of supply and it will be available to you. And these are the benefits. It was time consuming, back and forth, and creation of purchase order is created via batch input report. Now dynamic search and filtering, because here you can provide the filtering criteria based on which it will only show you that purchase requisitions. Changing the search parameters is the same thing. Automatic proposal of available info records or agreements, and direct creation of purchase order. You can click here and you can click on create purchase order. Coming to purchase order processing, we have seen this new app. You can directly create a new purchase order using this screen, or you can also copy the existing purchase order, which will automatically copy most of the data, and you can just make the changes. Okay, so this will also tell you the benefits compared to the traditional system. So you already seen the process now, like how exactly you need to create. So let's talk about what is going to change here from the purchase order point of view. So data modeling point of view, there is no change, right? There are no table level changes. Replacement of foreign trade features, which we discussed. Foreign trade functionality is not available and GTS is the only solution. Same replacement has been done in sales order processing also. So foreign trade functionality is not only stopped from a procurement point of view, but also from the sales point of view. New simplified pricing that we discussed. Simplified pricing means KONB has been replaced with PRCT underscore elements, and the number of accesses has been increased from 99 to 999. And the new output management. There is new output management in place. All these things will come in detail later on. So Fiori purchase role. This is create purchase order, which we have seen. Manage purchase order also we have seen. This one was not working. Purchase order value. This is like a what I can say. This is like a fact sheet, which gives you the KPI. This is the KPI app, which normally you run this type of transactions in BI tools. But now there are some Fiori apps which are available on your Fiori screen itself. You don't need to go to BI because now reporting has become very simpler. So what I'll do is, currently I have not assigned this buyer role. I think that is the reason I was not able to see this app. I'll try next time. I'll just assign this role and I'll show you this 1 or 2 fact sheets, how exactly they look like. Okay, again you have Fiori manager role, which is to approve the purchase order. Normally, as I told you, this comes under the inbox. So all these things are normally not required. If you have the inbox, it will come all the approvals, whether it is related to purchase requisition, purchase order, invoice, everything will come to your inbox. Okay, same thing, how the purchase order was created earlier. There were a lot of process steps which are reduced now in SAP S/4HANA. Analytics, as we discussed that now the analytics will be faster because we have the CDS views in background. So these are some figures like how your reportings will work faster, and 16 KPIs as I told you. I'll show you this particular point I'm mentioning down, that I want to show you this KPIs which we missed. We'll talk about this. I'm just moving to the next thing. KPIs are something which we need to discuss. Apart from this, I'll try to find out what are the different things which we missed, and then we'll see all this in detail. Okay, this is not available as of today. If you remember, I told you SRM functionalities, the functionalities which you get in SRM and supplier catalog management, which is I think it is SCL or SLM, sorry. Just a minute. SCM, supplier catalog management, which is like if you are creating the purchase requisition from the, like normally as you do in whenever you are buying something from the online site. So you get all the different kind of products which are available, you select and you say, I want this. So that list of catalog which is available product wise, that normally comes within the catalog management functionality, which is now going to be available in the SAP S/4 core system itself. Not as of now, but this is something which will come in future. Okay, so if you see this, I'll show you this. This document is related to 1511. Okay, so I recommend if you are able to download 1610 from somewhere, or maybe we can ask Krishna if he can provide us that document. 1610 will give you more things which are already done, because this document is also talking about the functionalities which are just in the plan stage. But there are in 1610, if you go, it will tell you what exactly is available. So this particular thing you will not find in 1610. Okay, I'll just go through this. It's the same thing. Yeah, this is Ariba network. Okay, how the ordering will be done and how the invoicing will be done. So through Ariba network, whatever invoices you will, whatever orders you will create, they will be transferred to Ariba, and whatever invoices will be created, that will be transferred to your network. So what is available? Data modeling, no change. Simplification item is in the cloud edition. These are the options available, which is completely automated technical Ariba integration setup, which means it is providing you the native integrated solution. And also business setup for Ariba integration with simple Fiori. Yes, this is very important. When we are saying that the Ariba is natively integrated or Hybris is natively integrated, what about the user screen, from where exactly you will be doing the Ariba transactions? So no need to worry for that also, because Fiori, the same Fiori user ID and password what you are using, it is going to connect to you to the multiple softwares at the same time. Software means multiple landscape. For example, if you are using ECC plus CRM plus SRM plus Ariba, so you don't need to go into separate Fiori screen for each of these applications. Using a same user screen, you can have the apps, some of the apps coming from CRM, some of the apps coming from SRM, and some of the apps coming from Ariba. So using the same screen, you can do the Ariba transactions also. So it is completely integrated with native integration that we discussed. This is again the same thing, invoice collaboration, which will talk about the same thing again, Ariba. Okay, let me come to the important topics that we discussed, like material ledger and all. So this is the Fiori screen for supplier invoice. We will see, because currently we are not able to see the Migo. Once we come to that, I'll show you the Miro also, how exactly you can do that. And I think after this, I will show you 1610. You'll feel more comfortable, because there are a lot of things which are not very important mentioned here. But if you go for 1610, it is clearly specifying whatever is available in a very good manner. Source assignment, again this is same thing. So this, as I told you, source assignment, we just completed partial of that part. When you see the MRP, you will see a lot of things which are related to source assignment. But this must be related to the this one only, the thing we discussed from the PR procurement point of view. Yeah, now I think, no, after this, you'll find most of the information which is related to the simplification list. I'll talk about supplier evaluation also. Just let me go through the simplification list first. Yes, cross topics. Okay, so what are the Fiori apps available for procurement? You might feel the difference between this screen and the screen that we are seeing, because we are seeing the screen of 1610. And if you remember, I told you that from Fiori point of view, the screens that we were using in 1511, the version was 1.0. And now in 1610, Fiori has been again improvised, and now we are using 2.0 version. So you may find some differences in the way the Fiori screens are looking like. They are being improvised now. We talked about inbox, so whatever number of you will be getting the approval, see like this, please release purchase order this. Okay, so this is related to the purchase order approval. Once I go to my inbox, this will be, I'll be getting this type of request for approval. I need to click on a particular request and click on approve or reject, you can see here. Okay, so this is also the Fiori app, which will be used for approving, which is inbox. What are the benefits? So in the traditional system, business workflow launched in SAP GUI. Normally we use the business workflow. After selecting the work item to be processed, overview list of all the items disappears. This is the problem in ECC. And no mobile approval with business workflow and SAP GUI available. Now you can execute all the tasks in one screen. The most important thing is you don't need to go to separate screen for approving the different applications. Okay, what if you are an approver, you will be getting all that information in one single inbox. Okay, so you keep work items list while processing single work item, and mobile approval possible. Filter and sort list of work items. You can filter, you can sort according to your own requirements. These are all the Fiori point of view, but I'm more trying to show you the functionalities that we discussed. If you see the 1610, it is mainly concentrating on the functionality point of view. So once I complete this, I will show you that also. This is again Fiori apps for procurement. You already have the complete list of all the different Fiori apps, right? I already shared the Fiori apps library. So even if you go through this 1511 document, there are a lot of new apps which you'll be able to see in Fiori Launchpad. Sorry, Fiori app library. Okay, now from here, the functionality starts. Earlier it was all Fiori, like how Fiori has made life simple. So material number field length, we discussed that in SAP S/4HANA, system can support a maximum number with 40 characters. The maximum field length of material number is extended from 80 to 14 characters. So as I told you, all the standard tables are already taken care. In all the tables, this material length has been extended from 18 to 40. In case of some Z transactions or Z tables, you need to check whether the adjustment can be done automatically, or if not, the custom code analyzer tool will tell you where is a problem. Okay, in case of the distributed landscape where you are transferring the data from one system to another system, you need to take care, because it should not happen that you are sending the material length of 40 characters to the application which is only supporting 18 characters. So there will be data loss. So you need to be very careful for the distributed landscape. Okay, how to do that? This is also given here, which we already seen in the system. Related SAP notes you will be able to find. Changes in the MRP fields, this we have still not discussed, because we'll be discussing when we'll be discussing the MRP functionality. Okay, but there are not much of changes. Whatever it is, we'll talk about that. SRM and supplier lifecycle management. This is the thing, SLC. So these are the two things which are going to be co-deployed. Okay, so let me show you. The scope of SAP SRM will gradually be made available within SAP S/4HANA. As I told you, SRM, CRM functionalities whatever is available in them today, it is going to be part of the core system going forward, not as of now. As of now, SRM, CRM can work as they were working earlier. But going forward, the functionalities which are available in SRM and CRM, they will be part of the main core system itself. Okay, so same thing is written. Vendor evaluation based on LIS. Earlier, there was a LIS functionality. Okay, now we are, as I told you, from the reporting point of view, we'll be only using CDS. So although this LIS is available as of today, but SAP is strongly recommending to go for CDS views, which means that reports, instead of using the old reports that you were using, there is no change in the functionality. It is just saying instead of using the old reports, now SAP Fiori offers a lot of reports which are available from the CDS views point of view. So if your role is for a particular, let's say for example, if you want to evaluate a vendor, so there must be some role assigned to it. If you assign that role to that user ID, you'll be able to see that reports from the Fiori point of view. Subsequent settlement, this we will discuss from SD point of view because we have the scenario which we can talk about. Shopping cart, no more available. I don't know how many of you are aware of this. Even I was not working on this shopping cart functionality. Output management, the target architecture is based on Adobe Server and Adobe Forms only, as we discussed today also. And if you go through this 1511 document, it will clearly say that there is no option available for NEST. NACE, NAST is not available. But if you go for 1610, you will get a clear idea that it was not available till now, but now it is available in 1610. And if you want it to be available in 1511 also, there is a SAP note.
So sorry, so I thought that the option to activate or deactivate this new functionality only in 1610. Is it also available in 1511? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, 1511 it was not available earlier, but now after it came for 1610, SAP has also released one SAP note through which if you implement that SAP note, same functionality will be available in 1511 also.
Okay.
Okay, MDM catalog, I think this is again one of the functionality which was related to self-service procurement, which is a separate, I think, component altogether. So SRM, as I told you, SRM will be integrated with SAP S/4HANA. So going forward, this will be part of the SRM functionalities which will be embedded within the SAP core system. Graved in-pro applications, if you were using earlier, they are not going to be supported in SAP S/4HANA. The reason is now you have the SAP Fiori apps and coverage, as we are discussing again and again. The coverage of SAP Fiori application will grow over time. So day on day basis, you'll find there are some changes in the Fiori. There are some simplifications in the existing apps, and there are some apps which are keeping on adding on day-to-day basis.
Sorry, I missed one thing. The SRM part. What is happening to SRM? Is it already available in 1610 or is it going to be made available?
It is going to be made available. So as of now, if you are using, yes, no, it is not. If you are using SRM, so currently you will continue to use the same SRM functionality, but going forward, CRM, SRM, even APO, all these things, APO, EWM, from EWM point of view, there are some things which are available in 1610 on the core system itself. But if I talk from CRM, SRM, APO point of view, the functionalities are still not merged within the same core system. But going forward, they are going to be part of the core system itself. So you don't need a separate box for these functionalities. Okay, these transactions which were already old transactions, I don't think anybody is using these transactions as of today, at least this, but yes, MR01, MR1M normally we use sometimes. So these are not available, and the reason is that we already for ME21, 22, 23, 124 and transaction is already available. So these are the transactions which we are using from years. And now, although I think in 1511 if you try, let me just show you. In 1511 if you try, they still work, but they are not going to be in the target architecture. Means going forward they will be completely deleted. As of now, even 1511 it is available. So SAP Supplier Lifecycle Management are not available with SAP S/4HANA 1511. How many of you know what exactly is this? SLC, have you worked on it? Anybody? Okay, the reason is that the functionalities which are available in the separate box as of now, some of the functionalities are already going to be available within the SAP S/4HANA core system, but that is going to be in the future. So as of now, if somebody was using this tool, then definitely they will not be able to use that functionalities because they are not available as of now. Going forward, some of the functionalities when SRM will be merged, some functionalities will come with that in SAP S4 core system itself. So that is the reason it is clearly written. We recommend that you evaluate on the project basis whether you want to use supplier and category management or whether you want to use SAP SLC as a standalone system to leverage the full functionality scope of SLC. What do you mean by this? It is saying you evaluate on the project basis whether you want to use supplier and category management. So as I told you, the functionalities which are available in SLC, they are going to be part of SAP S4HANA core system under the name supplier and contract management. Okay, so you need to decide whether you want to use these functionalities which are directly available in the SAP S4 system, or you still want to use the SLC functionalities which were available in the traditional system. But this is not in the target architecture. Going forward, this will be completely deleted. So it is strongly recommended to go for this. So you'll find some of the places where it is clearly written that these are not supported, but when you check in the system, it is something which we can expect that it is written because they will not be available in future. Foreign trade and GTS, we discussed foreign trade functionality. It is only available for intrastate reporting. Otherwise, GTS is a solution. And for the customers who are using foreign trade functionality, they need to be very clearly specified that this functionality is no more available. Another functionality is like commodity management, which is again the very obsolete functionality, is completely switched on, which is not available anymore in SAP S4HANA. Okay, and this is also something, the automatic document adjustment. This I need to check because there is some change in this functionality in 1610. I'll come back to you on this. So one thing was MRP, and this is the second thing. I'll just explain you
One thing, Gaurav.
later on. Yes?
So the document adjustment means what? Is that way we used to attach documents to the say purchase orders or service orders, etc.
No. It is not. No. It is not the attachment. It is the adjustment. So what it is trying to say is, just a minute. The direct entry function is activated by default for document categories to simplify the creation of work list entries. I need to check this. I'm also not sure about this.
No
yes.
problem. But
Okay,
no
and-
changes to the attachment functionality, right?
No. Attachment is same. No. This is something else. This is not related to the attachment.
All right. Okay, thanks.
That is the reason I'm saying if you, I think it, I think it will be good if we go through 1610 because a lot of things are explained in 1511 which are still not in place. So just give me a minute. Yeah, sorry, go ahead, please.
See the next point on the LIS structures. What happens to them? So there are a lot of SIS and LIS structures that SAP uses, S111, S6, and a lot of reports, etc. So
MIS structure means what?
and LIS, Logistics Information Systems.
Okay. Yes. So LIS is currently supported even in 1610 also they are written the same thing, that LIS is not considered as a target architecture, which means it will not be available in future. And SAP is strongly recommending that now there are already some new reports, CDS views which are available. On top of that, let's say for example, we normally use LIS for the vendor evaluation to find out how the vendor is doing. So now, even in the future, SAP is trying to give there is the segregation between hard facts and soft facts. Hard facts are which are like from the system, hard facts are from getting the evaluation from the employees. For example, like creation of questionnaires and getting the information from the employees, like how exactly this vendor is performing. And soft facts are bringing the data from the table levels, like what exactly are the history of this particular vendor, whether he is delivering on time or not. And both of this will be compared using the CDS views, which is a new report, which is, as I told you, SAP is going to come up with. So you'll be getting the complete information using the new report rather than using the LIS structure that we were using till now. So although it is still supported, but it is not considered as a target architecture.
Okay, so my understanding from this conversation is basically those reports that were using LIS structure, etc. Of course, eventually the target architecture, like you say, or like SAP says specifically, it is going to be replaced. So as of now, do I, as a consultant, need to know what are the CDS views available, or do I only worry about, of course, the reports, theory apps, maybe in the form of theory apps, and they are based on the CDS views. So I should be bothered only about the theory apps that are available. Or, if you know what I mean.
See, as of now, you will not get the complete vendor evaluation if you rely on Fiori apps. Okay, so SAP is suggesting that you make a, like whatever apps are available, you use that app, start using that apps. But later on, when all the functionalities which are available in LIS as of today are going to be available in Fiori, they are also going to completely delete all the functionalities which are available in LIS. So currently you can use parallel. You can use SAP Fiori apps for the functionalities or the reports which are directly available. And you can also use LIS for some of the reportings which are still not available on Fiori.
Right. Okay. So I know we did talk about Fiori apps. We've seen Fiori apps, huh? But we mostly, or rather we browse to mostly the existing Fiori apps. So let's say I want to develop a new Fiori app as a functional. What do I need to know? Now, for example, I am pasting my Fiori app. So the apps can be a transaction itself, representing a transactional apps, or a fact sheet, as in a report, analytical report, for example, etc. So I believe more than the transactions, we will definitely end up developing our own apps for reporting purposes, product reporting purposes. Correct? So what do I, as a functional, do I need to know, and especially around CDS views, etc. What is that we need to know?
Yes.
I mean, if not in this session, can we talk about this in a different session, please?
Yes. So I'll talk about that from Fiori point of view. Although we discussed this, but I'll talk about this in detail.